That's mostly because Manny has a very patient playstyle. Nemi absolutely destroys anyone that like gets in on him or like tries to like get in against him, because he uses Shakus to force approach options, and then as soon as they get in, they have to deal with the CQC demon that is Ryu's frame 2 down tilt, you know? Because once Nemi hits you, you're dead. I'ma be real. That's usually how it goes. But Manny, we fit. He's happy to camp you out. He says, I see your charge shot. I see your FGC charge shot. Here's my freaking Wii Fit charge shot. It's going to win. Hold that.
Wii Fit also has a charge shot of his own. But deep breathing as well is going to be, you know, probably the spotlight of this set. It's kind of good against Ryu as well, because your Ryu hits hard, but with deep breathing you take less knockback, less damage. So those combos aren't going to be as effective from Ryu. And also, you said, you know, Manny playing a very defensive game plan, very patient player. He just likes profiles.
No wonder he wins. No wonder he wins. He literally ignores one of Ryu's main neutral tools. Look at this. Nemi constantly tries to force approach options. But look at Manny. He doesn't care. He says, I'm going to throw the soccer ball around it. I'm going to crouch. You're going to have to get in on me. And honestly, look at this. What do you do? What do you do when your main projectile gets invalidated by someone holding down on the controller? This is insane.
And the forward air as well negates it.
Yeah, that's the main weakness that Shaku has. It does insane damage, it combos, and boy is this shield pressure heavy, but it doesn't have much priority. So if you have an aerial, you can usually just beat it out with said aerial. The main problem is if you clank with it on the grounds, because you can't clank aerial moves, but if you clank on the ground, then you're in a lot of lag, and they usually go over to hit you. But as you can see, I think the zoning is starting to get to Nemi a little bit. He's starting to hesitate even on these interactions where he gets in. Like you see, we saw earlier, he could have run off and down air spiked Nemi for the deep breathings, but as a result, it's going to eat away at you, because in Zona matchups, every time you get in, you have to make it count. You have to work so hard to get in neutral. So as soon as you get in, you have to eviscerate them. You have to evaporate them. And honestly, it's what Nemi's known for. So I think it's just going to be a case of like adapting to his playstyle.
Yeah, it's just the problem. It's just once you let Wii Fit run away with the game, get that deep breathing, you start to sort of lose a bit, because your options are invalidated.
And honestly, we almost could have seen the stock there. He might have been able to actually just straight up down air. Well, I think we probably would have seen the attack from Manny. But look at this gameplay. It's truly like, oopsie. It completely counters Nemi's entire playstyle, because he wants you to approach him. But Nemi's just like, you know what? I see you over there. You're kind of scary. Let me sit back here and see what you do about it. And at the moment, the answer is not much, because the damage has been racked up, but the decisive kill cannot be found. Well.
Oh, he still DIs that. And he gets the opportunity to get that deep breathing off as well.
What attack! What attack!
Wait, what happened? He tagged him, but then he dies for it anyway.
Manny was still chasing him, by the way. He said, I know, just in case you recover, I'm here too. That's what's scary about Manny. Once he gets in, he does not let go. But the same can be said about Nemi. Absolutely, 100%. He is an absolute force to be reckoned with. But he has many forces to reckon with first before he can truly show what he's made of. And the first is getting past the wall, that Great Wall of China, the Great Wall of China, the iron defense that Manny is offering up at the moment.
Yeah, deep breathing, such a great defense mechanism, also such a great offensive tool to use. And as you were saying, you know, Ryu wants you to approach him, he wants you to walk in and hit the focus, but Manny, knowing this, he's just waiting at the ledge.
Like, look at this.
He just throws projectile after projectile. He's like, you have to come to me. I am not approaching you. And see, deep breathing off stage. He knows that he does not want to come against you. What do you do?
What do you do?
You can't do anything.
Because like, I don't think Ryu's down smash will hit their ledge hang. Wii Fit's ledge hang is pretty decent. So like,
look, he's deep breathing again.
Like many people say this, I'm taking a page out of someone's book when I say this. But a lot of people say that you don't ledge trap Wii Fit stage traps you. And that's exactly what's happening right here. He's not ledge trapping Manny is stage trapping him. Because how do you answer this?
Doesn't even matter if you have center stage, man. Wii Fit is gonna make you have a hell of a time.
Absolutely.
And you are not gonna enjoy yourself in that center of stage.
Forget 7 years of drawn numbers planking. I'm sentencing you to 10 sets, 10 years of Manny planking. How do you deal with it?
Oh, you have to play so patiently against Manny, but Nemi taking it down to 1 stock. This isn't over. If he finds one opening that he needs, he can get that combo off with Ryu. He can take this game.
Deep breathing's online too, so everything kills. F tilt, back air, up smash, nair. Yeah. So many moves. However, we're at Ryu with range percent. I don't know if you guys remember Smash 4. It's kind of similar in this game. If you hit him when you have range, he will explode. One more neutral interaction, and Nemi has won this game. Who can close it out? Who can bring it back? Oh, it does hit! I may eat. Oh my goodness, I'm speechless. He's made me eat and consume my own words for breakfast. That down smash, amazing. So clearly we have an answer to it, so it's a matter of patience. Waiting for the moment! Waiting for the moment! Waiting for the moment. Nemi finds it. He says, I see you. You are not stage trapping me anymore. I am going to let's trap you. Amazing work.
I was about to say you need to be scared. You need to be like, you need to be careful re-grabbing ledge because you do not have that re-grab invincibility anymore. And Nemi, knowing this, just perfectly waiting against the volleyballs, against the sun salutations, went for that move and got the perfect timing that he needed.
Absolutely, and honestly, that was amazing from Nemi, because I can't lie, he was fighting an Undertale boss battle.
Sands!
He was fighting a Sands boss fight. He was having 10 different projectiles, bullet hell thrown at him from across the stage, and he parried everyone. He's like, you know what, I see what you're doing. Let me take some time to formulate a plan. It's like I said, he's going to have to adapt to how Manny is dealing with him, and that's exactly what he did. Look at it right now. Manny is unable to set up his usual game. Immediately taking 26% for trying.
Yeah, I think Nemi's caught on to the ledge trap. You know, he's answering back the volleyballs with the Shoryuken. He's not waiting for, you know, Manny to just sit there at the ledge and throw these options. He is finding the way in through the defense that he needs, and he's getting that percent off.
Absolutely. And honestly, it's interesting to see. Manny's, I don't know if it's necessarily Manny panicking, but when he gets hit, he's usually choosing an aggressive option. We're seeing here the down airs, the jump ins, and you can't afford to be doing that against Ryu, because when you get in versus Ryu, when you have to scrap with Ryu, he has that frame 2 down tilt, the frame 302 up tilt. Either way, really fast buttons, and they can all be special cancelled. You get so much more of these CQC interactions than you do. But if anyone's going to make me eat my words, it's the heavy-hitting, deep-breathing maniac that is Manny. So how will he deal with this? How will he deal with the counterplay?
Yeah, I think he's caught on to the ledge trapping from Manny. Manny not staying too much at the ledge anymore.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, yes, he's not really like re-grabbing and, you know, throwing out projectiles as much. He's still low profiling it though, but he finds the up B out there to take that stock.
Using the invincibility. That is a man with no fear. He said, you know what? I'm invincible. I see you setting up Shaku. Let me just run through it. But there we have it. Not many people know, but the Tatsu side B input has leg invincibility. So as a result, it can just immediately invalidate projectiles like that. It also invalidates spin dash too. It's very funny. But it's a very scary zone breaking tool just because of that. But regardless, there's so many other options that Manny has, Wii Fit has as a whole, to set up the wall! But as I say that, immediately the wall keeps getting broken down. Manny keeps putting up new defenses, new turrets, new machines, and Nemi is just breaking through them one by one, saying, you know what, you can put up your defenses, I'm going to tear every single one of them down.
Nemi working really well against the, you know, zoning and projectile game plan that Manny has, throwing out every option he can, you know, parrying it, getting in at the right moments.
Indeed, indeed. Honestly, not quite. Oh, you can't use single hit moves against focus because it eats right through it. You have to straight up beat it with multi-hits. And Manny getting caught off guard there, but still escaping. And honestly, we've learned from last game, if you can live for as long as possible, if you can stay in it no matter what, then you always have a chance to win. So, can Manny get the decisive hits, the game comeback factor that he needs to pull this off? Or will he get Ryu back at? That is the question. It appears he will get Ryu back at. And honestly, what an amazing set to commentate.
Was this best of 3? It was.
Yeah, that's how it works at MD. All of the finals, specifically the finals, are best of 5s. So winners finals, losers finals, and grand finals, top 3 are best of 5. But until that, we have best of 3s. And honestly, it's kind of good practice because you need to test your adaptation to think on your feet. Because when you go out of country, when you go to these big majors, even when you go to big events, they're going to have pools, best of 3, and you're going to be up against good players. So test of how quickly can you adapt. And if anything, Nemi has shown us very quickly. You can adapt very quickly to what's going on. That's what I love to see, because I feel like that was one of his that's what I felt like was one of his weaker areas of his gameplay before. I felt like he had a really, really strong game plan, base game plan. Once someone figured it out, it was really hard for him to deal with it. But we're seeing the flexibility now. He has a strong base game plan, but he still has layer 2. He's like, okay, you know how to deal with this. Let me figure out how you're playing, and then absolutely molly whip you into phase 2 of my Dark Souls gameplay. Amazing work from Nemi. Truly immaculate gameplay.
Insane stuff from Nemi. I mean, Manny just playing